Hello and welcome to grammar class. Today's lesson is the definite article the, which is probably the most used word in English. But why is it called the definite article? Because the points out a definite or specific person, place or object. For example, the fan is out of order. Here we are referring to a particular fan. We are pointing out a specific fan that is out of order. So we understand that the article the is placed before a definite noun representing a particular person, place or thing, so it's called the definite article. The definite article the has two pronunciations, short the and long the. The short the sound is used before words starting with a consonant sound. For example, the pen. Here pen is a word that starts with a consonant sound P or P. And also the cow. Here cow is a word which also starts with a consonant sound of K. So clearly the short the sound is used before words starting with a consonant sound. While on the other hand, the long the sound is used before words that start with a vowel sound. For example, the egg. Here the word egg starts with a vowel sound. The owl. Owl also starts with a vowel sound. And the orange. Orange too starts with a vowel sound. So before all these words that start with a vowel sound, we are using the long the sound. However, you must also remember that the long the sound is also used to place emphasis or stress on a word regardless of its starting sound. For example, John is the best boy in the class. Here, the long the sound is used before the superlative degree adjective best, though it starts with a consonant sound B. This is the book I wanted to read. Here I am emphasizing a particular book that I wanted to read. And then here comes the one and only Muhammad Ali. Here Muhammad Ali is being emphasized as an exceptional boxer, so the long the sound is used before his name. Let's now study the various uses of the definite article the. The definite article the is used before a common noun to show the whole class or species of a creature. For example, the cow is a useful animal. Here we are talking about the whole species of cows and describing the whole species as a useful animal. The definite article is also used with the long sound the to emphasize a noun. This is the school I studied in. Here I am pointing out a particular school in which I studied. So to lay emphasis on a particular noun, we use the definite article the with the long sound the before it. Well then, the definite article the is also used before the names of newspapers, magazines and holy books. For example, the Telegraph, the Filmfare, the Bible, the Ramayana and so on. Then the definite article the also comes before the names of musical instruments. For example, the guitar, the piano, the flute and so on. The definite article the is also used before the parts of the body or the limbs or organs of the body. For example, the head, the liver, the heart, etc. He was injured in the head. The liver is the largest organ of the body. Before the names of the unique heavenly bodies or celestial bodies like planets and stars also, the definite article the is used. For example, the sun, the moon, the earth, etc. Article the is also used before the names of historical monuments and events. For example, the Taj Mahal, the Eiffel Tower, the Quit India movement, the French Revolution and so on. The definite article the is also used before the names of directions. For example, the east, the south, the left, the north, etc. The sun rises in the east and sets in the west. The also comes before the names of nationalities and communities like the Hindus, the Americans, the British and so on. The definite article the is also used before the names of oceans, seas, rivers, mountain ranges, and so on. For example, the Nile, the Pacific Ocean, the Bay of Bengal, the Alps, etc. However, remember, the is not used before the name of a single mountain. For example, Mount Everest, Mount Etna, etc. We use the definite article the before the names of islands and deserts also. For example, the Sahara Desert, the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, etc. Interestingly, for the common family surnames also, the definite article the is used. For example, the Sinhaj, the Smiths, the Khans, etc. We can say the Sinhaj are a very good family, for example. The definite article the must be used before the superlative degree adjectives. For example, Gandhiji was the greatest leader. John is the most honest boy. So here we have the definite article the coming before the superlative degree adjectives greatest and most honest. And then before the ordinal adjectives also the definite article the is used. For example, the first, the next, the latest, etc. I was the first person to answer the question, for example. Another important rule is that if an adjective comes before a proper noun, the must be used before such an adjective. The immortal Shakespeare, the great Pele, for example. Here Shakespeare and Pele are proper nouns. The adjectives immortal and great are coming before them respectively. So the definite article the is used before immortal and great. The definite article the is also used before a proper adjective. For example, the English language, the Indian cuisine. Here English and Indian are proper adjectives. A proper adjective is derived from a proper noun. For example, Indian from India. Next, if the definite article the comes before an adjective, it shows a whole class of people as denoted by the adjective. For example, the rich are not always happy. Here, the rich stands for the rich people as a whole. Then we also have the definite article the before the names of ships. For example, the Titanic, the INS Vikrant, etc. The next rule is also very important. When two nouns are joined by the preposition of, the definite article the is used before the first noun without fail. For example, on your screen, the prices of eatables are rising. Here, prices and eatables are the two nouns connected by the preposition of, so the definite article the is used before the first noun prices. Sweet are the uses of adversity. Here, the has come before the first noun uses. The definite article the is used in some phrases also. For example, in the middle of, to the teeth, at the top of, in the meantime, and so on. And now for the last rule. If there are double comparatives in the sentence, the definite article the will be used before both of them. As an example, the harder you work, the more you earn. As you can see, the is used before both the comparative degree adverbs harder and more in the sentence. So in this way, I just explained all the different cases in which the definite article the is required to be used. Up next, we have the omission of the article the cases in which the article the is not supposed to be used. Well, first off, the is not used before proper nouns like John, London, India, etc. The definite article the is also not used before material nouns like sugar, gold, oil, water, etc. However, if we are talking about a specific variety of a material noun, we use the before it. For example, we generally say tea is bad for health, but we also say the tea of Assam is very popular. As you know, tea is a material noun before which the definite article the should not be used. But here we are talking about the tea of Assam, a particular type of tea the tea that grows in Assam. So here we have used the before it. The definite article the is also not used before abstract nouns such as love, courage, beauty, etc. An abstract noun names a quality, feeling, or emotion, etc. For example, beauty is an abstract noun. Beauty is skin deep, so no definite article before beauty. However, when we specify an abstract noun, we may use the before it. For example, the beauty of nature is divine. Here, the is used before beauty because it's a specific type of beauty. The definite article the cannot be used before the names of games, diseases, meals, seasons, days, months, sciences, and arts, etc. For example, cricket is an interesting game, malaria is a deadly disease, we must take our lunch in time, French is a rich language, summer is not very pleasant, Sunday is a holiday, I love music, painting is an art, physics is very interesting, and so on. Then interestingly, the definite article the is not used after these four words: choose, appoint, elect, and make. For example, he was elected president, I was appointed principal. The is not used before one's own family relations, such as father, mother, brother, sister, uncle, etc. For example, father asked me to study well. However, if you are talking about someone else's father or mother, you have to use the before it. For example, the father saved the drowning son. It's someone else's father. It's someone else's son. So the definite article the has come before father and son here. The definite article the is not used before God, nature, home, and town. For example, God is great, nature is beautiful, home is where the heart is, he went to town, etc. There are some phrases in which the definite article the is not used. For example, at sunset, at home, by air, in time, on demand, by check, at midnight, on air, and so on. So as you can see, many phrases have the in them, whereas there are many phrases in which the is not used. Up next, we have a very important omission of the definite article the. It is not used before any of these public places, if you visit them for the regular or usual purpose. Church, school, market, jail, hospital, temple, office, and the like. The child goes to school daily, for example. However, if you visit any of these places for a special purpose, the definite article the will be used before it. The inspector came to the school yesterday, for example. Actually, the inspector visited the school for a special purpose, so the has been used here before school in the second sentence. Now, there are some exceptions to these rules. We know that the definite article the is not used before an abstract noun or a material noun. However, if it is present in front of our eyes, or if we seek to particularize or specify it, we may use the definite article the before it. For example, the tea is too hot. Here tea is a material noun, so the should not be used before it, but it is present in front of our eyes, so we are saying the tea is too hot. In the same way, mystery is an abstract noun, but we are talking about a particular mystery, so the has come before it in the sentence. Now for another exception, we know that the is not used before a proper noun. But if it's used as a common noun in the sentence, we may use the before it. For example, you are the Pele of our team. We know that Pele is a proper noun, but we are using it as a common noun in the sentence. Here Pele means the best player, so the has come before the proper noun Pele used as a common noun in the sentence. So that brings us to the end of today's video. If you liked the video, please do not forget to like, comment, share and subscribe to my channel for more grammar videos. Thank you so much.